Hello everybody, this is Sci-Fi Junk yet again on this lovely, wonderful Thursday afternoon. And normally around this time I'm starting to trying to wind down my stream and go ahead and continue on with my lovely, wonderful caregiver duties and whatever else is needed around the house in one form or another after that. But I'm not streaming today for mainly because I stayed up around 4 something in the morning looking at HTML code. Now you might wonder, why was I staying up until roughly 4 something this morning looking at HTML code when I could have been actually sleeping and could have streamed today? Well, if you guys remember, I actually made a lovely, wonderful video about Urlaub and Company, PLLC, which happens to be the lovely, wonderful CPA that the Wetumpka Housing Authority uses. Now, and then you'll actually know that I'm no longer, that later on, if you go through my YouTube channel, then you'll know that they decided to do away with most of my work, actually did away with the rest of it the month after, and then, yeah, and then I got ridiculed and everything by the lovely Urlaub people that happened to show up and tell me all this lovely, wonderful stuff that I did was crap. Now, if they would have, hang on, let me switch you guys back over here. And if they would have seen some of the stuff and why I did it the way I did it, and yeah, maybe they would actually understand a little bit more about why stuff was going on the way it was. But no, they thought that they were better, and that they proceeded not only to ridicule me, but every time my lovely, wonderful customer, which happens to be the Wetumpka Housing Authority, even though I'm not their head freelance IT guy, I do actually still work for them in some degree. And when it gets to the point where they don't even want to call Urlaub for IT problems relating to stuff that they actually got set up for them, then that's where a big problem lies. Mainly with, okay, hang on, let me go ahead and move that over there and move this over there. Now, you'll see right here, it says the company is committed to provide clients with the highest quality of service and personal touch they deserve. But they don't necessarily do that when it comes to people, when it comes to, IT-related problems. They actually prefer to ridicule their customers or like that, clients. I prefer the term customer, they prefer the term client. Either way, it's the same thing. But they prefer to go ahead and ridicule them and make them feel stupid and all that, because they're asking a crap ton of questions and they're saying this can't happen. Now, mind you, when I made the website, or when I made the lovely, wonderful page or the video for this company, their website would not load. It simply wouldn't load. I made sure it was even my lovely, wonderful computer didn't even go through the proxy, and again, it still wouldn't load. So apparently there was an issue, and like I said, last night, early this morning, I was actually going through some of the code, and let's go to their about page, because this is where I started seeing problems. And then if we go into view source code, you can actually see a number. If you're an actual IT guy that actually bothered to actually go for a degree in one form or another, And that doesn't necessarily mean that you went for an IT degree, that you actually went for a computer science degree, so you actually learned how to program and stuff like that. I find it odd when it says something along the lines of these employees, five have degrees in accounting, the other employees have degrees in business, mathematics, and computer science. So you'd think that, if they actually had mathematics and computer science, that they would actually know how to code a website properly. Until you look at the code, and then you realize they don't know crap. For instance, we have all these lovely, wonderful open paragraph tabs or tags, but there are no closing paragraph tags. On top of that, you have stuff like align top when they should be using something else. So let's go ahead and go to the lovely, wonderful W3C validator, because this is the validating tool that I use to make sure my code for a website is as clean as it possibly can get. Now, granted, the validator itself is still work in progress, but for the most part, it actually works pretty good. So let's go ahead and just for this page, we're not going to do it for the index page. And let's go ahead and pop this in here. And then we'll find something rather interesting, because even it says that there's problems. Now this one, this checker, because actually they actually have two checkers unless they did away with the older one, is primarily for HTML5. And so that means this page is coded in HTML5. Now, I could actually go ahead and show, let's see, let's go ahead and duplicate this, and let's go ahead and go back, and let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and show you a page. No. Let's go ahead and go to my personal site, which I definitely need to go ahead and update later. And let's see. Let's go with the index. Nothing special, nothing fancy. You click on that. Now you see it's different, because I prefer to use XHTML1 traditional and clean as a whistle, according to them, of errors. But that's just my code. I prefer to use XHTML. Considering HTML5 is still experimental, and so is the validating tool is still very much experimental. But as you very well see, there is a number of errors according to this validator of what problems are. More along the lines of things that should be CSS instead of actual tags, where the elemental is not allowed, and then where conditions aren't available. Matter of fact, if they actually had this right here, it would actually help blind people actually navigate their website. Kind of say it that way, because screen readers actually go ahead and read the alt that's set in an image. Otherwise, it just says blank, and they don't know how to navigate our webpage. Because believe it or not, there's still people that are blind that actually use the internet. Believe it or not. But anyway, as you can very well see, that there is, paragraph tabs. It's deciding to ignore the rest of the errors. There's all this lovely, wonderful stuff. So up until 4 o'clock this morning, I just downloaded the HTML code for it. Downloaded the email graphic, downloaded the style sheet, and I wonder what it'll. Oh crap. Anyway, I wonder what it will say for my code. Now, mind you, it says no errors. No errors at all. I am not a computer science major. I was my degree was basically just, it started out to be assurance and forensics, and then I had to just go ahead and go with just a plain old science, applied science and information technology degree. That's it. I'm just a guy with an associate's degree, and I fixed the lovely wonderful problems I have. So these are the same people that seem to think it is okay to make fun of their customers, even though their website clearly says, "Oh, we're going to go ahead and give you the personal touch, or the touch that you very well need to get and have, deserve and everything." But yet they make fun of their customers the minute they actually have problems with their stuff. And in fact, if I am not mistaken, oh crap, I forgot where I was going with that. But anyway, the problem lies in with that it's the owner and his son. His son happens to be the head IT guy. The owner happens to be the person that started, if I understand it right. And I just demonstrated. Matter of fact, hang on just one more second. I'll go ahead and bring up, let's see, where is it? Desktop, new folder, edit with yeah, there we go. And let me go ahead and bring the desktop back again. Now, this is my code. Now, granted, it's not formatted quite right, but still, it's way better than what Urlaub actually has it. Because they don't have it. They don't have that. They don't have it where it's, English. And what happens is, with code like this, I mean, granted, you can go ahead and go to them and it's just snappy. But the reason why it's so snappy? It's not because it's a simple. It's just, a simple web page. It's snappy because, for one, the browser is doing the work that they should have done by fixing in the code to make it where it actually displays like it's supposed to. And two, it attempts to do that by guessing on what needs to be done. Because, the people that actually make this web page are lazy in one form or another and can't get it right to begin with. Now, I don't mean to be negative Nancy or negative at all, but this is the same company that proceeded to tell me that my work that I was doing was pretty much crap, and that everything that the housing authority needed to be an enterprise level stuff. And I just demonstrated basically that I personally fixed one page. Granted, I had to look through a couple of things because they were actually using, block quotes, which I had no experience dealing with. And so I actually had to learn a couple of things that they actually did on the website was actually, on the webpage was actually, pretty good. But they didn't properly close tags. They didn't have stuff. Matter of fact, if you noticed, it actually had a style CSS for the web page, which I didn't even display. But anyway, but the fact that they actually have a style CSS already referred to in the lovely, wonderful webpage. They could have just added a separate class altogether for this particular page and refer to that class and be done with it. But no. They were too busy trying to do all inline coding, everything. Like for Silver, for instance. On my page, on my version of the page, they could have put body. Now, granted, I don't like to do inline CSS in the page, but it was just to demonstrate that yes, it can be done inline or internal. But they could have did a body, background color, and then the hex color or the hex code for Silver. It wouldn't have been that hard. Come on. Or you could have just put it as, I think you could put it as the word amount, but I actually like to do the RGB and or the hex code, one or the other, and then go with the rest of it. But like I said before, these are the people that actually, in fact, I just got done working on one of their computers. Oh, geez, I think it was not too long ago about printers, I think it was. By the way, I was looking into trying to get some of their stuff to go. And, strike that. No, it was the Word, MS Word. It got corrupted somehow. And so I started poking around and come to find out that they actually got them to install something that actually doesn't even go anywhere directing to the lovely, wonderful webpage that they have here. And this is the webpage, as far as I know, is what they were supposed to have been going for the longest time. And yeah. So they don't even trust their customers enough to let them. It's just nuts. But anyway, don't be like Urlaub. Don't treat your customers like crap, because eventually they'll have somebody like me that will basically tell them that they're being treated like crap, and what they're being told to do is basically just their way of forcing them to do it a certain way. It's just that easy. I say that because I actually have internet. What was it? Microsoft Edge now, the newest Edge, which is basically just Chrome. And then they got him to install this wonderful thing that actually installs a lovely, wonderful profile that makes it go straight to where they need to go. And yeah, so don't treat your customers like crap, because they'll find somebody like me that will tell them straight up that they're being taught like crap, or that they're being treated like crap. Anyway, with that being said, don't have too much fun, and at the very least, don't treat people like crap.